Hi, everybody. This is Sally Spiro with No Kid Hungry, and we are on our final day of CEP week, where we've made it to Friday. And today we're going to talk about measuring CEP success, because at the end, that's going to be related to sustainability. So thinking back to the first slides, what goals did you set for your program, if we're looking at it near the end of the year? So serving as many students as possible, minimizing paperwork for families, supporting the district data needs, running an efficient food service program, and child nutrition program financial stability. So after running CEP, what happened? Now, we all are familiar with a budget report that shows, how much money we took in from what sources and how much money we spent on various things, but they don't usually have what are called key performance indicators. And key performance indicators measure activity in different areas than a financial report. So a really common one is average daily participation, although you can make a KPI be anything: commodity usage per meal, or waste per meal, or things like that. But there's some KPIs that are going to be especially helpful in making you measure your success in your CEP program. So here's some of them. We already referenced average daily participation per day, per meal, or per month. You might want to gather that figure. Then your revenue per day, per meal, per month. Your labor cost per day, per month, per meal. And the meals per work hour. So once you have that, what are you thinking of? Okay, here's some questions to ask yourself. Did more students participate? You can look at your ADP and see if it had an increase. Did the revenue increase, decrease, or stay the same? Did the CEP change the meals per work hour figures? People being more productive. And did your labor costs increase, decrease, or stay the same? You also might want to get some district data. After going to CEP, did the district's poverty status increase, decrease, or stay the same? In other words, if without that free and reduced price data, were they still able to get what they needed for their funding? So was it the same? Did it decrease or increase? You will probably want to talk to your child nutrition staff members about their perceptions. They're there every day. They see it. Ask them how their experience was with CEP. What changes did they notice, if any? It's a good idea to solicit information from principals and teachers and social workers. If you're really a go-getter, you can send out some surveys, or you could just call some people up or go to the faculty lounge and talk to them and say, what did you think about this? How did it work out for you? You could also ask parent groups for feedback. Ask if you could go to a PTO meeting or PTA meeting and say, was this of value to you? Is there something that could be improved about it? And just gather that information as you're analyzing your whole program. Also, don't forget to think about what you didn't spend. Did you have fewer administrative hours? Did you have, or were you able to get by with less amounts of software and hardware, or leases and things like that? Any cost that would be associated with mailings or notifications to families about their status, about their money they owed, and the uncollected funds, of course, would also not necessarily show up in a budget, but you might want to talk about savings in these areas. Finally, why don't you celebrate your CEP success a little bit? During the pandemic, wasn't it hard when we could never be happy or celebrate anything? So start out by updating the administrative team, including the CBO, and tell them, and the principals, this really worked out well. This is what I heard from the parents. This is the financial data. You might also want to share the success with the people that really make it happen for you, which is your staff. Congratulate them, saying we increased our revenue. These are what the nice things the parents had to say, or the principals, just anything that would really validate the work that they put in. You might want to make a board presentation. If they gave you permission to do it, they'd probably like to hear that it was a success and any even unanticipated benefits. They like that thing. And finally, I'm just pointing this out. We all get a yearly review. And isn't this going to look really nice when you do yours? And you can go in there and add that line to your resume, successfully transition, blah, 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 number of schools to successful CEP program, saving dollars and making everybody happy. These are the things that are going to be sure that your CEP program is sustained through the district and that it maintains itself going forward. Don't forget, we have some resources available on our CEP website at No Kid Hungry. One last chance to sign up for our newsletter and visit our website for best practices. So good for you, you made it. And we really thank you for joining CEP Week with No Kid Hungry. You can always get in touch with us for additional help or questions. We're here for you. And good luck in 22-23.